welcome to the No Big Secrets Yoga and Astrology video blog. And today it's time for astrology in the news. Oh, I love it so much. Today is June 5th, 2018. Yes, that day is today. All right, so first, I'd like to kick it off with yogic wisdom of the day. Not sure if I used this one already, but hey, it never gets old. We must be willing to get rid of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. What does that mean? Trump be like, now you tell me. I like it bars. He's like, he's not going to jail. Yeah, well. This summer, by the way, we're going to have our answer to this stuff, by the way. This is going to be resolved one way or another, and it's going to be, ooh, all right. Moving on. So if you haven't seen Howard Schultz, yeah, he's got some nice shirts. Howard Schultz running for office. All right, so this is the president of Starbucks, former president, who just stepped down. A lot of people, they're speculating, is this guy going to be running for president? Maybe, but I took a look at his chart here. Now, the thing is, I don't have an accurate birth time for Howard Schultz, so it's very difficult to actually pin down whether he probably going to get the proclivity to want to run or not. However, we could take a look at his chart and kind of get an idea. But hey, by the way, polling stations are now open to everyone. Everyone. So go vote in Starbucks. 1 for yes, 2 for no. See what I did there? All right. You're like, oh, that joke's awful. Yeah, it is, but hey, it's free. So, except for your internet access. All right, so taking a look at this man's chart. So he's got a couple of good things going for him. First, he's got an exalted Jupiter, almost at the point of exaltation. Usually means that somebody's very ethically conscious, really cares a lot about people. And you can see this about the way he runs a company. I mean, he's very true to his principles. Principles are extremely important, okay? Believe it or not, other people that you see with this combination end up being pastors or religious leaders, priests, things like that. Jupiter in Cancer is really part of the priestly class. And, you know, they really care about leading people and trying to get them to that higher goal. Now, another great placement he has is Mercury's in Gemini, and it's also in the middle of Gemini. Take a look. It's got a lot of strength there. So Mercury, its second best placement is in Gemini. For best placement is in Virgo, at least not the best placement, but that's where it expresses its energy the strongest. So Gemini's, man, lots of energy, always like thinking outside of the box, creative ideas. So he really made a lot of great work out of this aspect. Another thing, he's got an exalted moon. So we got 1, 2, 3 planets here that are in very good placement. Venus is a little bit overboard in Cancer. So when it comes to like he overcorrected for that incident that happened in Philadelphia. It wasn't just going to be like, okay, I'm sorry. It's like, nope, I'm going to tear the whole company apart and redo everything because I don't want to be perceived as being a bad person. Now, an exalted moon too is exalted. His moon's exalted in the sign of Taurus along with the sun. Now, I would say that there would definitely be a presidential run if his ascendant here is truly in the sign of Leo, because that puts some of these planets, any of these planets are going to be extremely strong in a 10th house position. So taking a look at this, he definitely has a chart for leadership. Now, this isn't necessarily a chart for politics though. So now if his, like I said, if his ascendant is here in Leo, or maybe in like the nakshatra of Mirgashira, or not Mirgashira, Magha, then he's going to show something that's going to be into politics. But for him, I think he's really more about the cause, and he probably is going to do more philanthropic work. But he definitely has the chart to be a leader and be a president. I just don't think that really politics is where he wants to get his feet wet. But I think we'll see. And if somebody knows Howard Schultz's birth time, please email it to me. Moving on. All right. The year of the volcano continues. The ring of fire is very active, man. Did you guys see this video? And ladies, yeah, it's very rare where they actually catch the eruption on tape. They got this, and the whole thing just exploded. So, yeah, this was down in Guatemala. It's something de Fuego. I forgot the name of the mountain, but it's anyway, the Mountain of Fire, and it really lived up to its name. So this is really just I call this the Earth Changes chart. This is really just a really like a continuation of what's going to be going on all summer, specifically because we have Uranus square Mars and K2 here. And really, if you look at this in the tropical in the tropical zodiac, Uranus is working its way into Taurus here. So its position is going to be about like 0.0 something degrees Taurus. So I'm just doing the math in my head here. So yeah, it's in the sign of Taurus, which really shakes things up. And every time that Mars makes a square to Uranus, you're going to see things really explode. Especially too when Mars goes retrograde, and it's going to be retrograde with the nodes of the moon. My God, I mean, this is going to be happening, like I said, the whole summer. This is the summer where everything really is going to change. It's going to blow people's minds, and a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing is just like, wow, you know. But you know, that's the thing with astrology. You know, it's really hard to put context on things until the actual event happens. So, anyway, the warning for the West Coast of the United States and the Ring and Fire generally continues. Be ready for earthquakes too. It's not just volcanoes that are having the issues. So, moving on. Now, this is very unfortunate. Kate Spade dies at 55. So, this is this was a tough one to do because I was looking at her chart and I don't have a birth time, but because she committed suicide and she was close to the beginning of her moon dasha, I was able to ratify her to be an Aquarius ascendant. So, the sad thing about this is that she has a debilitated moon, and if this birth time is right, it puts her moon in the 10th house, and that's the 10th house of career. So, you know, if I'm reading this right, she probably was feeling extreme. This is, first of all, the moon in Scorpio is difficult. There's a lot of emotion too. Let's see. Yeah, it's also aspected by the south node of the moon here, so there could be some mental illness. You know, one, two, three. I just want to be sure I'm right. Oh, yeah. So there could be some mental illness involved with that too. Whenever you have Rahu aspect the moon, it's tough, especially too if it's in the sign of Scorpio here. And you know, another person who has rough placement, it doesn't always have to be that way, but Donald Trump has his moon in Scorpio conjunct the south node of the moon. But the south node of the moon, believe it or not, tends to be a little bit more spiritual in nature. So, and plus because Donald Trump was born very close to a lunar eclipse, it changes the whole chart. So I also wanted to take a look. She had a even more than that going on. There's actually a couple of very difficult transits here. So let's see, we got, let's see, I was taking a look here at Capricorn. Yeah, so K2 and Mars are coming up on her Saturn. So her Saturn's in Capricorn. Capricorns and Pisces can be prone to depression, and this really comes from a frustration of not meeting their goals. I mean, I can't say this for 100% certainty, but this is a difficult transit right here. So yeah, this is another person being affected by what's going on with this transit of Mars and K2. We're going to see a lot of people pop off. Unfortunately, I wish I had a better word for it, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to not be around us, like famous celebrities and things like that, because this is tough. And if you have planets in Capricorn and Cancer in the Vedic system, you really need to be watch this stuff. Okay, pay attention to how you're feeling. You know, also too, I see we got a Uranus square moon here. This kind of a shame. This makes somebody an extremely original thinker here. So yeah, but I'm trying to think. Is this in her chart? Yeah. So this is actually the transit here. So you know, all this stuff just kind of adds up and it makes it difficult for her. So you know, my condolences go out to the Spade family. Sorry that happened to you, man. I mean, if you guys have this stuff in your chart, know yourself, because that's the best thing you can do to help yourself in the long run. So, all right, that's all I had for today. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And if you want to book a consultation, just go ahead and click the link on the banner page, and also to my email, Facebook. Join me on Facebook, No Big Secrets Yoga and Astrology. I have a Facebook page and my website, nobsyoga.com, man. I got a great blog there. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I got a blog on astrology and the Yoga Sutras, man. If you like the Yoga Sutras, ooh, this blog is going to be for you. All right, this blog's for you, like it's a beer. All right, have a great one. See you guys tomorrow.